Hi everyone, it's Raina. So this video is for how to attract a Pisces lover. And unlike some of the other signs, I think that Pisces really gives off an otherworldly vibe. And so it's not as cut and dried about what they may be attracted to in you. But I just want to talk a little bit about it because I think it's very interesting. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is a planet that's associated with illusion, fantasy, the spiritual part of things, the intuitive, something that is not of this world. And therefore, that is how Pisces people relate to life. Pisces is a mutable water sign. So Pisces is very impressionable, very influenced by other people. And we could say inspired by other people. We don't just have to say they just are so influenced, because Pisces can definitely have a mind of their own. Don't get it twisted. It's just that they really do kind of absorb, like a psychic sponge, everything around them. And because they are natural empaths, it helps if you are an empathic type of person yourself. You don't have to be psychic, but at least be somebody who is very compassionate. So if you come at them with this gentle demeanor, that will work wonders. If you're abrasive, if you are kind of like putting people down and being not nice, that may turn off a Pisces person. They are very sensitive to the vibes of other people. So it's helpful if you are an upbeat person, because Pisces people really thrive with people who are, who see the world in a very positive way. And that makes their life a lot better too. And I think like Pisces, more than possibly Scorpio or Cancer, is a sign that can be open to relationships with somebody who is either an air sign or a fire sign, much more than maybe a Cancer person could or a Scorpio person would. Because water signs tend to appreciate certain qualities that concern home and family and money matters, career matters from the practical standpoint. With Pisces, there is this love of creativity. And so a fire sign individual, like for instance, Sagittarius is a mutable sign. So sometimes they attract one another, but also a Leo person. And with the air signs, particularly a Libra, because Librans can sometimes be very interested in music in particular, but also perhaps a Gemini person. And that is a mutable sign as well that Pisces may become attracted to. These kinds of people can also really interest a Pisces individual because they have that thing in common of creating. And so if you're somebody, for instance, who likes to go to an open mic night, you may meet, more than one Pisces person there, because they do tend to gravitate towards the kind of situation where they can be with other people and have that camaraderie, but also have the creative side of things. And not every sign can appreciate that. Even like a Taurus person who enjoys music. Well, I won't put Taurus in that category, because I think a Taurus person would gravitate towards that kind of a scene as well. But maybe I'm thinking more of a Capricorn, or, as I said, maybe a Cancer individual who thinks that, that stuff isn't what life is all about. does it make you any money and going to the open mic? No, it doesn't. So stay at home. Try to, get to bed early. Don't be carousing out late at night, and try to better yourself financially, or try to better yourself career-wise, and looking at life from that perspective. So there may be a lot of vagabonds who are Pisces, who really are kind of searching their whole life for their purpose, and knowing that they're healers, but not knowing how to kind of consolidate that. And if you're the kind of person who is down with that, who's also open to what life brings, you can have quite an adventure with a Pisces person. Now, again, this is not to suggest that all Pisces people don't know what their purpose is and they're just kind of drifting through life. But I think that it's fair to say that a Pisces person, if they had the money to do so, that they would have no qualms with quitting their job and just traveling for a year and not even having an itinerary. But just that sensation of being able to experience all these different experiences and having it be open-ended, I think that is how a Pisces person would think. Now, a great partner for that would be an Aries person or a Sagittarian in terms of the travel angle. But just that sense of wonder, exploration. And I think also it helps if you are spiritual. Now, you don't have to necessarily belong to a certain religion. As a matter of fact, a Pisces person may not go to church or go to a temple or a mosque. They may be somebody who just has a knowing that life is about more than just this material existence of getting up, going to work, coming home, and rinse and repeat. But they may not know how to control their psychic tendencies. They may not have, a handle on it, but they have an interest in it. And they may have had psychic experiences like sensing entities and possibly having precognition. If you're the type of person who's an atheist, who laughs at that, who says, show me the proof, you could really be negating a big part of what makes a Pisces person who they are. And it's almost like rejecting that part of them. So don't do that. Be a kind of person who is respectful of the fact that their sixth sense may be really on fire, and they really may have had these amazing experiences and they don't want them invalidated. And I think that ties into how you treat other people too, because if you have a compassionate nature, chances are you're also going to believe that we're all connected, and that's certainly how Pisces tend to think. I do believe that Pisces is looking for a savior sometimes. Now, you could say this is a lower nature. I'm sure there are many Pisces people who are very self-sufficient, but I'm not talking about necessarily, that was probably not a good choice of words. I think they're looking for a rock, somebody who they can count on in life. Not somebody that's necessarily going to rescue them, because that would be more of the shadow aspect of Pisces. But if you can be somebody who is stable, that can be immensely attractive to a Pisces person, or who exudes a sense of strength. Because Pisces is a sign that can be dependent, but I don't think dependency, it's like a passivity. And this is going to be true to one degree or another with all water signs, with all earth signs, that they are not this aggressive type of sign that just goes out in the world and tries to do things. Now, you may run across, the occasional Pisces person who has a lot of Aries in them, in their personal planets, because Aries is right next to Pisces, and they may be a lot more aggressive. But in general, they may gravitate towards those people who they feel safe with. And so if you're somebody who is consistent, is dependable, and is basically secure within yourself, and also, I guess you'd say confident, but just that you have your stuff together, I think a Pisces person will appreciate that quality within you and be attracted to you. Pisces people can talk quite a bit. It's funny because I don't know where I read these things or hear these things, but I think George Harrison was always called the quiet beetle, and yet people would say that you couldn't shut him up once he started talking. And I saw like an old, one of, the first press conferences, and it was amazing how talkative he was, because I always thought he was very shy and quiet, and he was very funny too. So that's another thing, being, not having too serious in nature, because sometimes Pisces people, they may be apprehensive about life, and they need somebody who can make them see the bright side, who can really cheer them up. All water signs, because of that emotional nature, can be like that. So be a positive person, but also be a talkative person. Don't be somebody who is not willing to interact with the Pisces person, because they do enjoy that kind of connection. Okay, that's what I have for you, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Take care. Bye.